They call her the Nightcrawler, a name given to her throughout many generations of folklore and children's books. Today we're going to discover why that name was given to her. So in 2017, I made a video detailing how Karen, aka the Nightcrawler, was only seen outside and mainly at night. She was never home, and we lived together, so I would know. Karen is my sister, and today, after ending a 6-year investigation, I am ready to talk about my findings.
Welcome to 10-Second News. I'm Wilbert Unravel. Karen Exomar has always been the kind of woman to take control of her life. She had a career, a boyfriend, and a brand new car. So when she started going out excessively, the question was, had she been planning that too? Here at 10-Second News, we have been gathering data for 5 months, and the results are astounding. We have a table here, how many days she went out past 10, and how many days there are in a month. You can see August through November, highly correlated. December, there was a change.
We tried to contact Karen earlier today. Here's what she had to say.
Karen, can I get a quick word? We need a quick word, please.
I need a quick word. Karen?
Gave her a slutometer rating, and then we asked a computer to do it. Now, just before we aired today, we caught a glimpse of the Karen in the kitchen.
Karen, can we get a quick word regarding your wholeness?
Well, Karen, it's the end of the month. It's time to see how many days of the week you went out. 1, 2, 3, 4. You stayed home 4 times this month. And you're lucky that you stayed home on the very last day of the month. Else you would have been labeled a super mega slut.
Now that video was from 2017, and I know what you're thinking. That man has aged well. But this video is not about me. Let's get to the video.
Happy
This is the Nightcrawler. Using facial recognition software, I can confirm on the record that she is in fact my sister. So my first method in this investigation is to just kind of let her do her thing, make her feel comfortable in her own environment. Just kidding. I followed her everywhere. Everywhere she went, I went. But this backfired, and she made fun of me for having no friends. Now I needed to figure out another way where I could track her movements without her making fun of me and without her knowing. So my second method in this investigation was to put an AirTag in the inseams of her brand new Tory Burch purse.
No, you can't do that.
But what about...
Once you gift her something, including a purse, it is then her property. You cannot put an AirTag inside somebody else's property without that person knowing.
Damn.
In this letter right here that has not been opened yet contains the rest of my life. Okay, go ahead, open it too.
So I'm giving her a letter to open, but the letter has a benign, harmless, powdery substance on it.
She cannot go into your mailbox to get your mail.
No, she's not going into my mailbox. I'm going into my mailbox. I'm getting my mail. She is just opening my mail that I give her. Can I get in trouble?
You are giving her something under false pretense. You do not want her to open the letter. You just want her to get the powdery substance on her hand so that when she goes to unlock the phone, you could potentially see the password. Because the powdery substance on her fingers will be on the screen.
Okay, what about if she just takes it from my hand? I'm not giving it to her, I'm not gifting it to her, I'm not saying anything, she just takes it from my hand. That's not a gift, right?
You got a new phone?
Let's go.
So in a previous video, I detailed my trip to El Salvador. What you don't know is that the only reason I took that trip was to track my sister. It was supposed to be a 5-day trip and I was going to arrive 1 day before she did. But what I didn't know was that she had changed her trip dates without telling me. Now, she didn't have to tell me because she didn't know that I was going to El Salvador to begin with. However, this meant that we were only going to be in El Salvador for 1 day together. During that 1 day, Find My Friends would not give me an accurate location for her. Yes, that's right, we're in Los Angeles. Now I know what you're thinking, this girl travels a lot, but don't you worry, we're gonna get to the bottom of it. I'm gonna find out who she's with and what she's doing here. We get our first clue, she's in the Valley of Fire something. A quick Google search tells us where this is. But I needed to change my tactics for this trip, so I decided to go shopping and buy clothes that she would never suspect me of wearing.
Now I'm feeling so fly like a G6.
So after finalizing my new look, I head down to this Valley of Fire something whatever. I finally make it. The day is super hot, but this definitely is the exact same location. Here I am on top of the sign. But by the time I get there, she's now in Vegas, a whole hour away from this Valley of Fire something whatever. So you know what that means. We now head over to Vegas, but it's impossible to find anybody in this place. So I grab some dinner and head to bed a failure. The next morning I wake up still a failure, but it says that she's just outside the city. So I hop in my car and start heading over. This is where it finally happens. I had to climb over some barbed wire. There she is. Got her. There's just one problem, she's walking right towards me. So I pretend to be picking up some trash. Remember, I am in disguise, so she does not notice me. I also ended up seeing her at the airport. These are the only 2 times that I ever saw her on this trip. The nightcrawler has turned out to be a very, very evasive species, folks. Now, the final and most successful method that I used during this 6-year investigation will have to wait for a part 3. Like and subscribe if you want to see a part 3.